What up, people? What's goings on? What is goings on? How we doing? We doing okay? Are we doing okay? Biz, this is from an hour ago. You're probably not in here anymore, but what's up? Eon, he's back up in this bitch for the 9-7. Or, not the 9-7, but I do. I think this might look cool. There we go. Got a cookie. Ryan just said he didn't test positive. What? What do you mean? Why do people want to see Tank versus Inoue when we haven't seen Tank versus Haney Shakur? Because, Clarissa, Inoue and Tank are both superior, exciting knockout artists. So Haney and Shakur are not. So that's why. And Haney's not undefeated anymore. From 574? What? From 574? What are you talking about, Eon? What's that? What's 574 mean? What up, Shogun? Bruce, where you been, man? Where you been? I haven't seen you in a minute. Thought you unsubscribed from me. Thought maybe it was white on white hate. Where'd you go? It's fucked up. Shit. A shiznit. Area code from the 5. What does that have to do with testing positive? Or it doesn't. You're just saying hello from the 574. Is that it? Because it didn't really make sense. Putting out content. Me too, my dude. Me too. And for this month, Instagram's actually paying me. But considering I've literally already had this month, we're only 7 days in, probably 1 million or 2 million views. What they're paying me is bullshit. YouTube pays so much more. We need that one time. Oh, the one I gave Ness? You ready for it? It's gonna be fast. There you go. Enjoy it. What up, rate Jaden? Are you a female or a male? Oh, I remember you. Are you a girl or are you a no disrespect, because I can't tell from the picture. Are you a girl or are you just a young dude? Because Jaden could be a boy or a girl's name. Usually a boy's name though. I wish they were closer in weight. I heard from someone Inoue walks around at 135. Yeah, I don't know, man. Have a good stream, man. I'm out. Where you going? Jonathan, Jimmy. I'm a dude, but that's my. Okay, well, that's confusing. I'm like, this dude looks mad feminine. Now, I don't want disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you're just a feminine, or maybe you're trans. Or, these days, it's all kind of Mr. Potato Hood, mix and matching parts. Who knows? Why are you leaving then? Where you going? What's up, Jonathan? What's crack-a-lackin'? What's crack-a-lackin'? You want to see some of the... Check out the video I put up of me sparring from back in my prime. I was whooping... I mean, we were working, but I was whooping this dude's ass. Experienced pro, too. He was tough. Mexican cat. Tough. Nobody could drop his ass. He would take punches, just keep coming. And you may better stay away from Tank. Maybe. Maybe not. Stop motion. What's up? It's lovely to see you. With your young Googling ass. Now, I'm not soft like that, but especially if you're a content creator, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. What you mean? Careful with what? Like showing your own face? Or because you got your girl there. Pretty girl, by the way, from what I can see. So, good job. I'm going to go shower. Just got done training. I did 8 rounds today, baby. Actually, 7. I do 7. I do between 7 to 10 rounds every day at home. And when I go to the gym though, I always do more. I can't resist. Anyway, not moving up. Nah, it wouldn't be 135. That shit would be a catch weight. It would be probably, I want to say 130. Tank can make 130. Shit, his trainer, Kenny, told me he could make 130. Careful not to offend people. Offend people with what? I don't get it. I'm confused. Why would you offend people? You're confusing me, Jaden. 7 rounds of what? Hitting a hit a bag. It's either the Cobra reflex or the quiet punch or the heavy bag. If I go the heavy bag you guys see where it looks like I'm in a basement, that's at my comedy club's basement. So that's that one. And then there's a couple bags you guys have seen that are at actual boxing gyms. It depends where I'm at. Um, I don't have much time. Jade, I heard your hands are weak in the gym. How about I give you a weak slap in the mouth? Don't play with me. Um, I don't have time to go to the gym lately, man. I want to get back to ever since COVID. I want to get back to going to the gym more often, to a boxing gym. I did it so many years. It's just like it's a different. Even though you can get the workout at home, it's just different going to a gym. Why would you want Inoue to fight Tank? I hate Inoue. That's career suicide. I don't know. It'd be a lose lose for Tank because he wins. They're like, you beat up a small dude. But if he loses, you got slept by a small dude, and that cements Inoue's legacy. Inoue should go. If he goes and beats Tank, he should never fight again, no matter what. How is around? How is around to you? What you mean? How long? What do you mean how long? It's the same length it is to anybody. What you talking about? But what I do, the round's the same, but the rest in between is I only do 30 seconds. Always have. Well, not always. For the past 20 years, I've only done 30-second rests. Really builds your endurance. So when you're actually in there sparring or fighting, you don't get tired at all. You're after 30 seconds, you're good, and then you still have another 30 seconds. So after a minute rest, you feel like you just inhaled some oxygen and an energy bar. You feel great. What up, Ray? What up, Marco? Did you hear the news updated? No. They just said somebody just told me in this chat, and I'd like you guys to put me up on it, that Tank or that Ryan said he didn't test positive. But what's the news? Is there official news? Because Ryan saying something isn't actual news. Tank easily beats him. Most likely. Leo Santa Cruz was landing. Yeah, so was Barrios. Inoue could never beat Javante. Okay. How long? Pause. Don't make me time you out, Clarissa. Just kidding. Charlo moved into prison is where he moved. What you talking about? Yep, absolutely. Shakur got a fight announced. Yeah, he's fighting in Newark. I'm gonna go to that shit. I'm gonna get credentials. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to that. Mother lover. So what's the news? Ryan tested positive for one substance, not two. Well, I don't get it. Is that what the B sample said? I'm confused. I don't know about the update, man. That's what oh. Ryan definitely tested positive. See, nobody knows. And I heard, this is what actually Danny told me from the Boxing Voice, that one of the things he tested positive for is only injectable. Now, nothing is only injectable. Certain things work better injectable, but nothing's only injectable. So I don't know if that's true, if that's what he told me. I'm going to be there too. How much are Shakur's fights? I don't know. I'm not going to pay because I'm going to get a press credential most likely, but I paid for one of his fights a couple years ago. It was cheap, way cheap. It was like you can get like ringside seats for like 500, which is a lot, but for ringside seats, it's not. That's what it was then. Now inflation, who knows? Who's on the card? And by the way, hit the like button. As you guys see, I have a bit of a new format. Cash App is there if you ever feeling charitable. You feel in a good mood. You wanna support, and of course, the super chat's also here. Cash App I think is better because they don't charge me anything from it. YouTube doesn't take anything from it. Or just thumbs up is always good too. I'm just telling you what I heard. Okay. Champ, I'm here. Hit the like, people. There we go. That dude knows. Hit the like. No, non-adrenaline is also pill form. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all pill form. Nothing's only injectable. Abdullah and Keyshawn on that. They're not fighting each other though, are they? That'd be dope. Is a positive test making Ryan even more popular? It's talked to. Yep, kind of is. Keyshawn Davis and Foster. They're fighting each other? Or Shockey? No, they're not fighting each other. They don't do shit. They should do that. That'd be a dope fight, but people would think it's too early in their careers to face each other, blah, blah, blah. Shakur, Shaki, Keyshawn, Abdullah. Okay, so none of them are fighting each other. They're all on the card. So really, it's a card of smaller upcoming star. One small star and then three other smaller upcoming stars. So we got no middle to heavier weight dudes on there who are stars. Still though, those guys are all good. So that fight card, who asked me? Goat. Hey, Goat, where are you from again? You're not in Jersey, are you? That card shouldn't be expensive to get good seats. Shouldn't be too bad. Should not be at all. Correct? You're from Jersey or correct the other shit I said? Foster a champion, Keyshawn a contender. Oh, Foster's a champion? Is he? Okay. See? Sometimes I don't even he's not on my radar. Nah, and some heavyweight prospect too. Who? Delaware. Right. We talked about that earlier. Gotcha. So you're gonna drive down? That's far. Delaware's like, when I remember, like 5 hours to New York. Jersey, you probably tack on another hour, right? Oh no, Delaware is south, isn't it? So Delaware would actually be an hour closer. So that'd probably be 4 hours from Jersey. Am I wrong? No, that's just off the dome. Damien, that last name's a nightmare. Damien Niba. K is probably silent. Damien Niba. Niba. Okay. You know what I want to do, guys? This is what we're going to do. I am going to put a link for you guys if you want to come in and talk. We'll do audio or video if you want to come in and you get the 2 minutes. And you guys can come in and talk. Let me just hold on. We'll do that because I kind of like that. I might do that during the day, but I'm gonna try it out now. And like button. All right. Let me put the stream link in here. Let me hold on. Oh wait. Hold on. I'm trying to fucking. Can I? Let me remove it. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Call in. There we go. Boom. And now let me pin it. GZ, what's up, yo? TBV's Marco. I mean, I'm Marco Boxing's Marco, but you get it. All right. There we go. So anybody wants to hop in now, we're going to try this calling in thing. It's not actual calling, but you cannot put on your camera. I don't give a shit. Ask your question. You get a few minutes, 2 minutes, and we move it on. It'll be amateur boxing style. Not 3 minutes. It'll be 2 minutes. Bro, you got to start paying attention to Foster. He's one of the most exciting fighters. All right. It's like 2 hours. What's like 2 hours? Oh, word? It's only 2 hours? Fuck it then. Yeah, I never heard of food. What? Dude. It's 1 hour, 51 minutes right now with no traffic. All right, we'll bet. Then bring it on. Bring it on. Appreciate you, Jeezy. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Damone's up in this bitch. What's up? What's up? What's up? Bud is live dog against. I don't know. What's up, Tank? What's up, Kalia? Everybody, we got calling in. You want to call in? The link is pinned. You may call in. You get 2 minutes to speak your piece. Loma's most overhyped fighter, straight hype job. Well, I don't know about all that, but okay. Loma's the biggest hype job. Okay. Say Bill 3 times so he will pop. Bill, Bill, Bill. No, nothing. B Diddy, B Diddy, B Diddy. Clarissa said it. All right. Are you a casual boxing? Am I a casual boxing? No, I am not. Not even close. I don't know. I guess it's your definition of casual and hardcore, right? I know all the history, right? I know all the history. Let me see something, Mike. All right, we got Damone in here. I'll let him come in for it in a second. Get 2 minutes. I know all the history, but I don't know a lot of the how do I do this? I'll do it like this. Let's see. Let's bring him in. Wait, hold on. Let me do this. There we go. What's up, Damone?
What's going on, brother Marco?
What's going on? What you want to talk about?
Hey, man, I just want to talk about the potential fight with Bud and Canelo.
Okay. Where are we at
Um,
with that, by the way?
what's that?
Where are we at with that? Is that an actual thing or it's just rumor mill?
Well, no. Excellency, the guy says that's the fight he's going to try to make. I believe based on what he's saying, Bud's all in on it, but it's just he's working on convincing Canelo to, I guess, without putting words in his mouth, to the business side of it. So I'm sure he has endless deep pockets and short arms. So I'm sure he can give Canelo an offer. He may not be able to refuse it. I mean, Canelo's obviously likes to fight guys who are smaller. It's no big deal. It's an
Hmm.
entertaining fight. He's not going to fight Benavidez. He made that pretty clear.
Mm-hmm.
What bigger fight would it be than Bud? I mean, you got a pound for pound number one versus another pound for pound great and generational battle. I think as far as we're talking about measurables, I think Bud has pretty much every advantage almost, except I think Canelo has the power. Experience, I guess you can give it to Canelo, but Bud has over 40 fights, so I don't know how much that weighs in 40 versus 60. I think Bud's seen every style. I think Canelo's seen every style.
Hmm.
Bud has the reach, speed. I think IQ. Me personally, I would lean you can call it a wash, but I would lean towards Bud. Adjustments in the fight. Uh, I would go to Bud, and I would go with stamina. I think Canelo gasses out.
Hmm.
He's not
Hmm.
as active as he once was. He's
Well,
more efficient, but he's not as active.
what's the weight that they fight at? Because that I think makes
68. It would only work for me. It would only work if they fight for undisputed. That would make it that's going to make it that
uh,
to
yeah,
me.
I don't know if Canelo would make 58.
68.
Oh,
No, fight him at
60.
his weight. It's not historic if you don't fight him at his weight.
Hmm. Okay.
I think
Um,
that will put Bud in a different stratosphere. You give Canelo what he wants financially, he'll do it. It's what the people would accept. If you're not going to fight Benavidez, we'll accept Bud. It's a still
mm,
make a mega fight.
mm,
I don't think Bud.
okay.
I think Bud wouldn't. I think Bud, if he were hypothetically to lose, I think he would fall on the shield. He's not going to pull a Jamel Charlo. He's coming
No,
away.
no, no, no. Yeah, no, no. He is definitely. I'm with you on that. There's no way he is going to not try, even if he feels the power.
The switch hitting too could give Canelo issues. The
Hmm.
speed, I think, would bother him.
Here's my issue. First of all, I don't think that. I mean, I know they're talking about it. I just don't see Canelo doing that. I see Bud doing it in a heartbeat, but Canelo, it's like everything to lose and not much to gain.
But if you know you can win the fight, why not do it? What did he get by fighting Munguia, Ryder, Uterman,
I think it
Fielding,
was. I think if he loses to
Jamel?
those guys, Jermel, you're right. Jermel is on the same playing field. Munguia, it's the same weight. That's different. But Jermel, you're right. That's kind of like a Bud fight. Just Bud will be he'll get
Well, I
paid
don't
more.
put Jamel on the same level I put Bud on. I just don't.
No, in terms of a fight for Canelo, it's the same level because Bud and Jermel are both lighter guys who, if he loses, it's going to look bad for him. That's what I mean.
But you're talking about fighting the number one pound for pound guy in the world. I don't think Jamel was ever considered that. And then I would
True.
think that you would get credit for beating a Bud Crawford more than
You
you would.
would.
You fought Amir Khan. I'm just saying the guys that moved up that he fought. You fought Amir Khan, Munguia, Jermel Charlo. I mean, it's not like he doesn't get anything.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, he made it clear that he said that like look, I beat him. What do they say? He's too small. Just like Javante doesn't want to fight Inoue. So I don't know what would make him change his mind. What you think? Maybe just the money,
Money. Well,
Saudi money.
money, and I think he would gain something if he beat. He beat. I consider Bud to be an all-time great pound for pound guy. Obviously, if the fight happens, he would have to be a four-weight division guy. He would have to beat the guy that he's about to fight. Obviously, he beat well, not unified, but he have an interim WBO and then the was it WBA?
Mm, yeah.
So we're talking about. You would get something from beating the Bud Crawford.
Yeah.
I believe that. There's just no way you can't tell me it wouldn't mean nothing to beat a Bud Crawford.
It doesn't mean no, of course it doesn't mean nothing, but I think I mean, I know the way I would look at it, right? I can't talk for the masses. I would look at it like, okay, that was impressive, but the dude is way smaller than you. I wouldn't really look at it like
He weighed
that
20
great.
pounds, allegedly 20 more pounds when he fought Floyd.
Who? Oh yeah, but he was also that was also what 10 years ago, if not longer. No,
But
12
that's why
years.
I'm saying if Bud moves up to 168, it would make this win. If he was to beat Canelo, hypothetically, I'm not saying he will because there's no guarantees, it would be more impressive than the Floyd win because you'd be moving to his weight class, jumping weight.
Oh yeah. No, if Bud can beat Canelo, that would, I mean, cement him as an all-time great, one of the top. Of course.
It would put me in his top 10 pound for pound of all time for me if he was to do it.
So
I
you
know he
think
would still be fighting, but if he beats Canelo at his weight class and becomes undisputed, because that's what it would have to be, what would be, he's a top 10, top pound for pound fighter,
do
in
you
my
see
opinion,
do you
with
see
that
him?
win.
So let's go there now. Who do you think wins? Because I would have to lean towards Canelo for now.
Well, the blueprint is out on how to beat Canelo. It's not out on Bud yet.
No, that's a fact. I just
He has a 5-inch arm reach, which matters.
as they the old cliche, styles matter. There's weight divisions for a reason. All those are cliches, but they're all totally true. Here's how I look at it. One, can Bud take the punches that Canelo hits him with? That's the big first question. Second question, can can Bud hurt the seemingly indestructible chin of Canelo?
Go to the
Those,
body.
can he hurt his body? Because Canelo's never been hurt anywhere except one time with Cotto's brother.
Oh yeah, he was. But I would say this. I agree with everything you're saying. Is you obviously know way more about this than I do. I just believe, like you say, styles make fights. Can Canelo keep up with the activity? If Bud picks up the pace, can Canelo continue at past 4 or 5 rounds and keep up the pace?
What happens when those bombs that he was throwing at Charlo, he was throwing at Munguia, come at Bud, and if
I
they
agree.
catch,
He didn't stop Charlo. When the last time Canelo really stopped somebody? Caleb
he didn't
Plant.
stop Charlo because Charlo literally rented a city bike. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why Charlo didn't engage after he felt
Charlo
that.
didn't quit, but he submitted.
I've been in there. I don't react that way, but I know what it's like to get hit with something where you're like, nope, not again, and you do what you can to avoid it. He just blatantly avoided it, just without even. So
Let me ask you this, Marco. And I'm just this is the basic question, not even about boxing. If you have a little bit of doubt in any athlete, can you grow that doubt?
can you? What do you mean? Can you grow it?
Can you grow doubt? Because when I knew the fight was over, when Jermell Charles said he looked up to Canelo and he admired him. Are you kidding me, dude?
That's what we're seeing with Frank and Tank right now.
You'll never see that with Crawford.
No, no, yeah, no, you're right there. Crawford's mentality is of some of the strongest will I've ever seen. You're right. You're absolutely right with that. I don't know. I guess I feel like I don't like talking about this slightly because I feel like it's not going to happen. I don't know. I just feel like Canelo's not going to be
Maybe
on board.
not. We can just be talking, but how much is mental in boxing? 80% of it?
90.
I mean, yeah. So mindset. You have to believe it to do it. To me, I believe Bud is envisioned beating Canelo. I think he sees it, or he wouldn't take the fight on a fight that he don't believe he can win. I'm not saying that he will win, but you have to believe you can do it. I think Jermell Charlo went in there for the payday, and he just went to survive.
He sure did. And guys watching, the phone line, so to speak, are open. If anybody wants to jump in, feel free. The link is pinned. Yeah, he did want to survive. He was kind of like, look, I'm undisputed champion. If I lose to this guy, so what? My belts are there. I'm getting paid. I'm not expected to win, so I don't. And part of me agrees with it. Some people were outraged. He ran. You didn't fight.
He should have just stayed at 54 and fought Bud for undisputed, dog.
He should have.
Or if you're going to get knocked out, we would still respect you for falling on your shield, dude. Trying to win. He quit. He didn't quit, but he submitted. So they're like first cousins.
I'm with you on that, but there's two sides. The other side is, and that's the side you signed up for it. You knew what was going on, fight. But the other side of it is, He's fighting way out of his weight class. He has undisputed belts to defend. He has a career, a family. He doesn't want to get hurt against a dude who's way bigger, who in his mind he probably shouldn't be in there with. So let me take the safe route.
He got stripped for every belt, and he's a champion recess in the WBA.
Damn,
nobody respects him at this point.
No. Yeah, I mean that's true. He got stripped for everything, huh?
He has the Ring magazine, which really. He's a champion with nothing to offer. If you want to call him that, we don't respect Jermell Charlo at this point. We don't. We were calling Tim Tszyu the best. He semi-ducked. I ain't gonna say duck, because most people would take the Canelo fight. It was a cash-out fight to me.
Right.
Looking back on it, it was a cash-out fight. I think for me, and I am not him, staying at 154 and say, you know what, the hell with the Canelo fight. I can do money fights here. Fight Tim Tszyu, fight Bud coming up.
Right.
Potentially fight these guys, keep my dignity, and increase my profile. Was the Canelo fight worth it in hindsight? Probably when he's by himself, he probably said it wasn't.
Financially. We got Tom in here. Hey, what's up, Tom? You there?
What's up, bro?
What's going on, my man? Where are you calling from?
So what? So where I'm from?
Yeah.
I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, bro. I love your videos.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
I'm in Charlotte, bro. I'm there.
There we go.
Oh,
there we go. What you wanna talk about, Tom?
I want to talk about the Canelo versus Bud. I don't think that fight should happen. In my opinion, I
didn't hear you. Canelo who?
Canelo versus Terrence Crawford.
Oh yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So, like I said before, I don't think that fight should happen, and Canelo would destroy Bud Crawford. I mean, it won't. That's just in my opinion.
I'm with you.
I just I don't think it ain't gonna be no fight, bro. Like,
I'm with
Canelo is it's weight classes for a reason.
I'm with you. But I will say, I think we all could agree, Bud does have that special thing where none of us would either of you two gentlemen be surprised, like really surprised if Bud actually won? It's not beyond the realm of possibility, right?
If the fight's made, Marco, I'm putting 1,000.
I ain't gonna lie though, I definitely would be surprised if Bud beat Canelo.
You would be totally surprised?
I wouldn't.
There's levels of surprise, like totally or just like a little?
Like totally.
Damn.
Why?
Okay.
What has looked so impressive about Canelo to make you say he's just skill for skill? Bud is better.
I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, true. Well,
they have different skill sets. The
thing about Bud,
I don't think Canelo's living the boxer's lifestyle over the last few years, Marco. I don't think he's living the boxer's lifestyle. He likes to, he's a little golf course. He's a little bit party.
Canelo?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
We've seen him inebriated. I've seen him inebriated a few times, having a good time. That's
now the thing about Canelo though, he gets tired very quickly. So
stamina. We talked about that.
So Crawford, he
was tired against Munguia. He paced himself against Munguia. Ryder.
I don't see, maybe a little, but to me, that's not an outstanding characteristic of Canelo is being fatigued.
He doesn't throw a lot of punches anymore. He just doesn't.
Neither did Floyd.
I mean, that is true though. He do got a bad stamina problem.
That was what Floyd did, though. Neither did Floyd. It wasn't stamina.
But he's not the defensive guy like Floyd.
He's not, but he's in his 30s now, and all of you people who've been in the ring, and that.
I agree.
You got to conserve energy. You got to be efficient.
Have you seen any slippage in Crawford?
No. I mean, no. If he had the best fight of his life, and we haven't seen him since. So then that's what's in our. That's
and his power has moved up with him.
But the thing about it though, Canelo's gonna pit it on Bud though.
Canelo what?
Canelo's gonna pit that power on Bud.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna try.
I don't think Crawford could take Canelo power.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree, but you think he's gonna be there to be hit?
That's the question, but it's a boxing match, right? And that's why guys like Wilder and Tank Davis are so successful, because it just takes one punch. And you're going to land one punch in the course of 12 rounds. You're going to. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And that's why these size differences matter.
And Marco, it's the punch you don't see.
Before, bro, that's why Bud is slick. That's why Bud is slick. So, and he has reflexes. So,
I can see Bud outboxing him. He has like a 5-6 inch arm reach. That matters. He's a switch hitter. That matters. The IQ is
Maybe.
there. The will to win. You cannot put a
Yeah,
measurement
maybe.
on the will to win.
But
You're
I
breaking
don't
up, bro.
see. Never.
Tom, you're totally cutting out. We don't really hear you.
I said I don't see Bud knocking out Canelo.
No.
Nah.
Now, if he did that, now
No.
you put him top 5. I don't see nobody knocking Canelo
That'd be
out.
very impressive. Canelo, like we talked about, he's only been hurt once,
Visibly, yes, correct.
visibly, right. He could, yeah, you're right. There could have been some body shots that shook him that we didn't know about, but I just, man, I don't think this damn fight is going to be made.
Like, I think the activity of Benavidez is what makes Canelo hesitant.
To be honest, I don't even want to see the fight to be made, in my opinion.
No, I'm talking about Benavidez. Or should I say Benavidez and Canelo? I think it's the activity
No, I'm talking
of
about Crawford.
Benavidez.
I'm talking about I know. I'm talking about Canelo versus Terrence Crawford.
Did you watch Munguia? What did he bring to the table? Nothing. He was an undersized guy that moved up. Jamel, what did he bring?
I
Nothing.
already knew Canelo was going to smash.
He struggled with Ryder.
This is why these Canelo's been so criticized. I'm not. You guys know me. I don't criticize. I don't like doing that. But with him, it's like you can't. He forces you to criticize him. Like with Benavidez sitting there, it's just unacceptable. I hate using that privilege
Fight
word.
Morrell. We'll accept Morrell at least. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean,
he's gonna fight Berlanga or Charlo for September. If the bro,
Man, I do not want to see no more Charlo fights with Canelo, bro. At this point, he might as well just come out and fight Benavidez. At this point,
yeah, I don't think
he's not going to fight him. He said he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to fight him. He's ducking him. That is a clear
who wants
duck.
to see it? Who wants to see the twin? Like, come on, bro.
But that's a clear duck of Benavidez. Can we all agree on that?
Oh, I mean, it's one of the most blatant avoidances in boxing history. It just is, right? And here's why. Some people say Aaron Pryor avoided Sugar Ray Leonard, or excuse me, the other way around. Leonard.
He did.
But he fought Hagler, Duran, Hearns. In this case, there is no Hagler, Duran, Hearns. There is only Benavidez. There's nobody who compares. So him avoiding Benavidez makes it so much worse because it's not like he has all these other guys, these kings to get in there with. It's awful.
Do you think it's convenient that Canelo went for undisputed when Benavidez lost his title due to the weight scale?
I don't know. I mean, to me, the biggest thing Canelo said, the biggest red flag was not that I want 200 million because everybody focuses on that. To me was when he goes, he has nothing to offer but 25 pounds. And then the light bulb went on. I'm like, oh, so you're worried about the size difference. And then it made sense. Just like, oh, let's be honest. Canelo is really a 160 pounder. He's successful at 68 because of his skill level and his experience, but he's really a 160 pounder. Naturally, I believe. So he's worried about dudes who are hydrating back up to like 190.
The size and the activity of Benavidez, because he punches a lot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, does he? And with power and aggression, and Benavidez has so much more than people give him credit for. People think he's like a flat-footed whatever, just robotic fighter. And I'm telling you, I've seen the dude spar in person. I've seen video of him sparring. He is a slick.
He's a top 10 pound for pound fighter, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Maybe definitely. Like 7 or 8, 6, 7 or 8 in that range.
Man, I put him in my 6th category.
I like him. He's one of those guys. He just hasn't had the real opportunity or the opponent because the guy, he just doesn't want to fight him. Canelo says, I don't want to fight him, basically.
Hoops, what up, man? You there?
I think he dropped.
Yeah, I'm here. So for me, what it is with Canelo and Benavidez, I feel like not only is it that, I feel like Canelo got too pampered. I feel like he's too pampered. Like you see when he was having his fight, he goes, I can do anything. I fight for money. So at this point, Canelo, what are you here for? That's the question we have to ask as fans. What are you here for?
So like arrogant. You think he's getting arrogant?
Yeah, like
been that.
Like Marvin Hagler said, he's getting too used to the silk sheets. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't like like you said, we've seen videos of him going out, clubbing, drinking. With his.
I told Marco, he does. He's not living a boxer's lifestyle anymore. Like we'll see him like train, but at the same time,
everybody trains. It's how you train. I feel like at this point he's a lot like what's it?
Who?
Oh, how am I not getting his name? He fought Roy Jones Jr.
Who?
Tarver?
James Tony. James Tony. He's a
James
lot like
Tony.
James Tony.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he's that talented. I don't think he's James Tony.
Yeah,
What
Not talented, but like work ethic. Because y'all know James Tony only sparred and like back work. James Tony wasn't really like. That's how I feel like Canelo's doing right now.
I don't know, man. I think I disagree. I think that I've talked to Tony, like I've interviewed him, and he said he would spar every day of the week. He wouldn't even do bad work. That made him better. The problem is it gave him brain damage. That'll give you brain. That's
he lost a lot in sparring, not in the ring.
Exactly. So it gives you experience, but it also gives you brain damage. So I don't look at that as being not as disciplined. I look at it as not a good move neurologically. I don't see Canelo slipping, man. I really don't. I don't think he's slipping.
You think he's the same guy from 4 or 5 years ago?
I do. I think he's more experienced now and more confident. Way more confident, especially after.
He's not that confident when we speak of Benavidez.
No, absolutely not.
True.
I
think he believes Bud is a live dog too. Or he would just, if you can make $50 million to beat a small guy, you take the $50 million.
Oh, we all know Canelo knows that he knows that Bud is lunch food.
Yeah.
He weighs more, but he's not bigger. He weighs more. He's thicker.
They're the same
but
height.
He's not bigger.
So yeah, but again, frame matters. That's another thing, by the way. I was looking at Tank and Frank, right? And they're like, oh, Frank's so much taller. If you look at their heads,
the same.
No, Tank's head is like a pit bull's head.
Tank is stockier.
Yes,
Tank is stockier.
Look at the heads. I did the same thing. If you look when Roy fought Tyson, they were the same weight, and obviously we know, but the head tells the biggest difference. Like the head is just bone, so you see their bone structure. So Tank is bigger. So I think Canelo has that same thing. His bone structure, he's just a bigger dude.
Do you think Bud's stamina and his wrestling background as far as just core strength is maybe a reason why you think his power has went up in weight class with him?
I
think his power is strictly punch placement, and he throws short. Inoue does the same thing. Short, I mean, there's no wind up. It's just a boom, short, crisp punches. Bud is so good at that.
And punching in between punches?
Which is placement, which is what same thing. We're saying the same thing.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's why Bud hits hard. And, I guess he is strong. I never wrestled with him, but I believe all the rumors.
I think I had to say a reason I personally have Bud over Canelo, it would be how Canelo fights. Canelo fights the same against everyone.
True.
But Bud does not fight the same for everybody.
True.
Canelo goes in, as we saw with the Jaime Munguia. Let's just be honest. I had Canelo down the first 2 rounds of the fight. I had Canelo down because Jaime Munguia was too active with his jab and Canelo was too inactive.
He's defensively irresponsible, Munguia.
He was like, I feel like Munguia, if he used his jab more, if he relied on his jab more, if he kept his hands up, he got too comfortable. Because he landed his jab. He landed a right hand in the 3rd round. Canelo won the 3rd round, in my opinion, but he hit Canelo, and he felt like, okay, if I hit him like this again, I can win. So he went and he stood in front of Canelo. He did the high guard. He put his high guard against Canelo's, and you don't do that. If you look at any Canelo sparring clips, if you look at any of Canelo's fights, if you stand in front of him with the high guard, you're going to lose. And that's what happened.
And it was a skill gap between him and Canelo.
It was definitely a skill gap. Yeah. And if you look at it too, I feel like Munguia was kind of like, I'm going to go there and I'm going to do my best. I
must have been high or something, even though I don't smoke, because I had the fight close. Like, close. I don't get it. I mean, I watched it. Those of you who were in the room with me, and I did it. The volume was off, which I haven't done that in I don't know how long. Watched the fight with no volume. I had it close. No, was it just me?
I feel like Canelo did win, but the reason it's that 4th round. It's that
knockdown.
The knockdown made a difference. Of course.
I could see it 8-4. I could see that with the knockdown 8-4.
And it was, I feel like there are the things that you don't score for fights that make the judges take it in Canelo's way. Because although, yes, Canelo was largely inactive. Munguia threw a lot of punches. He threw a lot more punches. Canelo evaded a lot of those punches. And when he was energized in quotations, because Canelo was really resting. I feel like he fought
He paced himself really well.
extremely passive. Extremely passive.
Problem, I said this. Munguia was having success staying at his own range. You see the size difference? It looked like he was fighting a fucking toddler, right? But eventually they started doing this shit where they earmuff and then both their foreheads are kind of touching each other, and now you're in Canelo's range, and that's when he got dropped, by the way. But when he was staying away and throwing those straight shots, kind of what Bivol did, he was having success.
But again, and that's why he's going to stay away from Benavidez, because he can't rest against Benavidez, because Benavidez is going to punch. And
Damone, I think that Benavidez, when they get forehead to forehead, will get the better of those exchanges too.
Oh, definitely.
Hand speed. It's the hand speed and the activity.
It's not even just that. Benavidez has something Canelo doesn't have. Benavidez uses the jab with the high guard. Benavidez will walk you down with his jab because his jab is strong, his jab is quick, and his jab is precise. He will walk you down with the jab using the high guard. And then
he's bigger, because there's the reason why Canelo didn't rematch Bivol.
Has Benavidez ever been down? Does anybody know?
No.
Never.
I don't believe so.
No.
Okay. Well, so his chin isn't questionable, right? Seems like he has a good chin too. But Canelo does. Let's not front. Canelo could crack.
He has probably the best beard in boxing. One of them, Canelo. I'm gonna give him that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Triple G hit him flush. And he just looked at him like, okay. And what?
I mean, Canelo's special. He's special. I just think he's been very careful on who he's fighting. I think a guy with movement like Bud can give him issues. Movement always bothered Canelo, from Lara, obviously Bivol.
Somebody's saying Benavidez got dropped.
Floyd.
Somebody's saying Benavidez got dropped by Garvel. Stop saying that.
Maybe he did. I don't know. I don't remember it. Maybe he did. I don't ever seen him rocked, but I don't know. Maybe.
Got dropped early in his career. They're saying
Floyd got dropped by Zab. It didn't count, but he got dropped.
He did. He absolutely did. No, and I always tell people people kept, which is funny because this is a bad example now, but people bring up the time that Linares wobbled Haney, and I tell people all the time, every fighter at one point in their career has either been wobbled or gone down. If it's not in sparring or not in the ring, that's part of boxing. What's not part of boxing, what's not commonplace, is repeated drops and wobbles. You know what I'm saying? So going down once, getting wobbled here or there doesn't say shit. It's if it's happening on the regular.
I have more respect for Inoue when he got up and then he handled business, man.
Oh man, Inoue did a good job.
Agreed.
Now,
if that was a tank with that left hook, the fight would have been over.
Take over.
That's why size does matter.
I gotta go turn on the air conditioning. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, that's why size matters. I think if it was somebody that really can punch with that left hook, Inoue would have been out of there with a real left hook.
Definitely.
But I give him a lot of credit. He's one of the top 5 fighters in the world, man. I don't.
Okay,
man, I can't. I
just don't understand why a lot of people don't like Inoue, man. I mean, they just be hating on him, talking about he be taking steroids, all that bull crap.
I like Inoue, but I don't put him. I put Inoue at 7. I think.
Oh wow, I can't put 5 better fighters better than Inoue. I can't.
See, but okay. I think I can. I think so. For me,
yes.
What up? Welcome.
But I still can't believe he got dropped though.
It's boxing. People punch.
No, it happens. It happens. And he got hit with a clean shot. Clean shot.
Muhammad Ali got dropped.
Yeah, true.
Dale Whitaker got dropped.
I don't know if you guys saw the video that I dropped, but that punch, if you see, Inoue was throwing a shot.
In between
momentum of his body was down. And he got hit with that same momentum. So if he wouldn't have been throwing a shot at the exact same time he got hit, I don't think it would have went down.
He never saw the punch. I don't think.
No, and he was throwing in that direction. You know what I'm saying? But whatever.
That was a knockout shot that he took.
Eon, what's up, man?
You hear me?
We hear you, man. What's going on?
What's up?
What's your input on this?
Well, anyway.
Yeah, or Bud versus Canelo, actually.
I'm a Bud fan, but shit, I got Canelo winning that. I think he's just too big,
That makes sense.
Shit, I think I think he is number 1 pound for pound
Wow.
till Bud get active.
True.
Let me ask you this: did you have Arrow beating Bud?
No,
I had me or him.
You.
Oh, I
I
had
definitely did.
I had Bud winning, but
I
like
had Bud winning.
49-51. You know what I'm saying? Just nobody expected what happened.
That was the greatest performance I've ever seen in a top pound for pound fight I've ever seen in my life.
It was possible.
Domination, I mean.
Let me challenge you guys here. Name one mega fight that was more one-sided than that in history.
You
Floyd
can't.
Pacquiao?
No.
Which one?
Floyd Pacquiao?
No.
No, this was more Pacquiao.
Oh yeah, cause he stopped Arrow. So
Pacquiao De La Hoya, maybe that was really one-sided. Pacquiao beat the shit out of
I'm
him.
talking about guys that's
Yeah,
supposed to be
I
in their
just saw that
prime,
fight like 2
ready to
days
be.
ago.
Because Pacquiao and De La Hoya, right? I don't remember the odds, but it wasn't like
yeah, nobody
close.
thought. Yeah.
De La Hoya wasn't a top 3 pound for pound fighter at that time.
Was he not? Yeah, he was kind of over the hill, but I still think it was.
That was after he lost to Floyd, wasn't it?
Arrow was consensus top 3 fighter pound for pound, top 5 at worst.
True.
Yeah, I can't think of some people say Hagler Hearns, but I don't think that was.
And the thing was that people said they thought Arrow was going to be too big, too strong, better inside fighter, all these things,
Yeah,
and Bud just
I
disproved
always
that.
knew
A lot of
stylistically
people
that
don't
Arrow
understand, but
was
Arrow,
dope.
he's not a hard puncher. He's not a hard puncher.
It doesn't look like he is yet.
He's a volume puncher.
He
Arrow
chops
is
you
a
down.
volume.
Yes, I was going to say that, volume puncher.
He chops you down.
And then you know what's underrated about
He
Bud? He has
breaks you
11
down with
knockout
his
streak.
volume.
He has 11 KO streak. Bud does. That's a lot, bro.
Even not only that, even Bud said that if you stop the jab, you could beat Arrow. He already knew how to beat Arrow.
I think the southpaw stance too really confused Arrow. Like
I think Bud has the highest IQ in boxing right now. You can make the argument.
Agree. I agree.
Might.
Man, after I saw Arrow could have hurt him, I was like, it's over. I said, Bud was going to take this.
Yeah, man, he hit him with that clean. He hit him with an overhand, and then it did nothing. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Remember, people used to say Bud was chinny.
Yeah.
Well, where did that go? What happened with that? Because Tyson Fury can be considered chinny because he goes down a lot.
He got dropped for some.
Tyson Fury has gone down a lot, but
they don't call him chinny.
Well, Wilder is, you erase the Wilder knockdowns because Wilder's a harsh puncher.
Well, he got knocked down against another guy. I can't think of his name.
He did. I know. Steve Cunningham dropped him.
He got knocked down against Ngannou. I mean, he gets up, but he
but you could also argue.
But you can also argue that that's why he's not chinny, because he gets back up.
Well, why would people call Bud chinny?
That's what I was saying about Devin.
So here we go. We talk about criteria. Everybody has a different criteria for what they consider chinny. Is it not going down at all? Is it being able to get up? Like, what's your criteria?
Because you're going to get hurt if you fight enough. Because Floyd got hurt against Sean Bay Mitchell, Shane Mosley, Maidana. He got hurt against Zab Judah. It's a fight.
But the thing about it, Floyd got a wonderful chin, though. Like, he recovered fast, too, in them fights.
Well, not against Shane Mosley. He got rocked twice.
No, he recovered pretty quick.
He recovered well because he was in shape.
He actually did recover pretty quick.
Oh, he recovered, and then he grabbed him and goes, "You got to kill me." Like, that's some. I'll tell you right now, being in there, when you hit somebody with the hardest shit you can, and they smile at you or they say some shit like that, it makes you feel a little like, "Oh, damn."
There's only one fighter I've never seen rocked, and that's Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Never,
like visibly rocked.
Bro, the thing about it, bro, he had a crazy chin. Like,
I remember when Mugabe hit him flush, and he didn't. I mean, it didn't even move. You know, some people, it was just like nothing, and I was like, wow.
And that UFC fighter, Yoel Romero. Okay, so basically, he got his whole neck, his spine is fused, so he can't like turn.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
So I don't even watch MMA, but like there was like this clip of him getting kicked, and like his like he got hit, and it looked like his face like was like gone. But I watched like the full fight because I was just curious. He got hit with that kick, hit him. He didn't go down. He acted like nothing happened. I feel like that's the chin Marvin Hagler had because he got in there. He got in there with Leonard. He got in there with
Hearns, Duran,
Mugabe.
All of them got.
What's his face? Fuck's his name? The Italian dude who they think might have beat him. What the hell's his name? Not white dude. What's his name? Help me out, one of you guys. If you guys can go back that far.
Earlier fights.
One of Hagler's fights. God damn, I met the dude too. Oh, whatever. I can't think right now. Anybody in the comments knows what I'm talking about. Italian, I think it was Italian name. Oh, Vito Anafermo. Him. You know what that is? Anybody?
Nah.
You guys like who? Yeah, anyway, but he could punch. And
Have any of you guys seen Marvin Hagler fight?
Yeah,
I
that's one of my
definitely
favorite
did.
fighters.
Of course.
I mean, live. I mean, why he
Oh,
not YouTube. I mean, like when he was fighting live.
shit. I mean, I'm you know, how
I
old are
wasn't
you?
even born back then.
48. I'll be
You're
49.
my age. So even us, we're a little young to watch him fight live. A little young. I watched maybe one of them, but I was shit. Well, how we were 8 years old when he fought Hagler, right? Or 9?
You mean Hearns? I
Mhm.
literally remember that fight.
Hearns. Exactly. I didn't see it live. I remember the Ray Leonard fight, sort of.
81. Him and Hearns. I remember that fight. I was 6. I remember watching it.
No, he didn't fight Hearns in 81. He fought Hearns in 84, 85.
No, I'm talking about Leonard. Leonard fought Hearns in 81.
Leonard. I'm talking about Hagler Hearns. Yeah. No, I don't remember.
That was like 85?
Yep. I remember Leonard fighting Hearns for the 3rd time. That was like 89, I think.
Yeah, it was.
And Hearns beat the shit out of Ray Leonard the second fight, and I think it was a draw, but he beat him, and so much so where to this day Sugar Ray Leonard admits it. He goes, "Yeah,
but in his styles, because Tommy Hearns smoked Duran, but it's about match, like you say, styles make fights, man. Because when that shot he hit Duran, when Duran was out before he hit the canvas,
Man, that's what Terrence Crawford remind me as Tommy Hearns, but just more smarter.
Yeah, Tommy Hearns
and more slicker.
Tommy Hearns wasn't as versatile as Bud. I think Bud has a lot more tools. Hearns was I think Hearns, I don't want to say overrated, but he had a strong right hand, left hook, but everything else.
You know what it was? At welterweight, he had that 78-inch reach, man, with that right hand that was from God, man.
Absolutely.
That jab, he had one of the best jabs in boxing, man.
That jab helped him a lot in the ring.
When you punch down, fellas, punching down creates so much more leverage. It's insane, and that's why a lot of those tall guys get hit like that.
Yeah, because he retired Sugar Ray from that fight in 81. He tore his retina, man. He took a lot of punishment. Ray Leonard knocked him out in the 14th, man, but he took punishment. Like Inoue, the guy who said Inoue's pound for pound the best. The reason I take Bud is because Inoue's taking punishment. He has broken orbital bones that he fought against what was his name, Dornaire? The orbital bone that he fought the whole fight. He's been knocked out. Like, he's taking some punishment. Bud has been stung, or however you say, a couple of times, but he's never really been punished in a fight.
No, he never has. And I think that Bud doesn't have that much more time left because the dude is getting up there in age.
He almost 40.
No, he's 37.
37. But boxing takes a lot out of you, man.
But he hasn't taken the punishment.
The mileage is from sparring. It's not really the fight so much. It's sparring. That's the mileage. And there's so many. I mean, we've thousands of rounds of sparring minimum these guys go through, and it adds up.
2 to 3 fights for Bud. That's it.
Right.
That's it, max.
But I mean, Canelo's talking wildly like, oh, he's going to keep going till whenever. Like, I don't think he has any plans in stopping.
4 to 5 fights, max.
Never know.
Canelo 1 to 2. 1 to 2. I think, hot take, Canelo's in
because he's going to get cherry pick. He's going to cherry pick a couple of those fights that he knows he's going to win. Berlanga or Jamal Charlo's next, so that's an easy fight.
Real quick,
y'all said he got an DUI?
Real quick, guys, hold on a second. Everybody watching, you guys want to join? The link is pinned. We're taking callers today, as you can obviously see, and tap in. Go ahead.
Jamal Charlo got arrested, I think, today or yesterday.
Today he did. That's a fact.
He did. I mean, every time he goes live, he's drunk, so I wasn't surprised. You know what I mean?
It'll be Berlanga. Berlanga's the guy.
I mean, come on.
Come on, man.
Like, why?
I want to. Listen. I'll send you a $50 cash app if it's not Berlanga, man. If it's Berlanga, if it's not Berlanga, I'll send you $50 cash app, man. That's just how sure I am. Because I predicted Munguia. I said it's gonna be Munguia, and then it's gonna be Charlo or Berlanga in September.
There's a video clip. I don't know if you guys saw it, of Berlanga and Canelo kind of dapping, and why else would they know each other if they haven't already started discussing this?
We don't want that fight.
No.
Nah.
That's what pisses me off about boxing.
No, about
The
Canelo.
officials, they're so Canelo, like he said,
Yeah,
I can do
it's a
anything
lot
I
of
want.
cherry
He's
picking.
so pampered. They pamper him like he's boxing's golden boy, like he's their golden child. Canelo has had Benavidez as his mandatory for what? I think 5 years.
About 3.
At least
Well,
4 or 5. Yep.
It's been
Is that what
5
it is?
years, and he hasn't been stripped. He hasn't been stripped.
Oh well, that's the politics and the money of it. So
That's
no,
yeah,
it's
like
not gonna
those
happen.
of you guys know how that works, right? The sanctioning bodies get 3% of the fight purse. Now Canelo is one of the only of 2 fighters who are making 50 million or whatever it is, maybe 3
Him
now.
and probably Joshua, right?
Joshua, Canelo, Tank, and I guess Ryan and Jake Paul. I guess
Is Tank really making $50 million?
I don't know. It's a good
I
question.
mean, he did one fight with 1 million pay-per-views, and the rest were. Come on,
You're
now.
right. Maybe he's not.
Come on,
But
But
the
some
point
cap
being,
on that.
the point being, we got 3 or 4 people only, so those sanctioning bodies have to make their money. And like, look, I get it. They need to make money. They're a business. They got to pay people. But you need to strip people and enforce laws and
yes,
rules.
you need to enforce your own rules. It's so hypocritical
Mm-hmm.
because it teaches that if you get to a certain position, you have leeway if you're high up enough. I'm an amateur fighter. I hope to go pro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, what? Like, so basically, you're telling me if I get as good as Canelo, I do not have to fight my mandatory. I can cherry pick and fight people who have not fought anybody. I can say, I'm not going to fight you. I can get extensions. I can be granted super champion.
Yes, you're correct. That's what it is, and that's the biggest difference between him and Oscar. Oscar was Canelo before Canelo. If you guys don't know that, Oscar fought everybody.
Oscar
ducked
was
no
Floyd
smoke.
before Floyd. Yep.
He ducked no smoke. Oscar fought the guys in their primes, win, lose, or draw. He fought them.
It was there's only been a few: Jack Johnson, Jack Dempsey, Joe Louis. I don't even know if Marciano would be considered but Ali, Tyson, and then Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar.
I think Sugar Ray was probably the first golden boy box, probably Sugar, because he made $1 million for that fight in 70. That second fight against Durant, he made $1 million, man.
Well,
78.
John L. Sullivan. No, but I'm saying generationally, those are the fighters who were super huge and making the top dollar at that time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Those were all the dudes.
Right.
And now, Floyd, and it was Oscar, and now it's Canelo. And I don't know if Tank are going to that realm, or are we looking at the new generation of dudes who incorporate their social media status? Ryan.
I would put Ryan up. I think Ryan's probably a bigger draw than Tank. I'm being honest. He's entertaining.
Clarissa said Chavez. Chavez is a tough one. Like I don't think he was ever at the level of Oscar. Like at popularity, yes, but money wise, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
Not many of those
popularity,
guys.
not in America. He had the Mexican fan base, of course.
In my lifetime, Mike Tyson was the biggest. He was Mr. Pay-per-view.
He sure the hell was.
He was making like 30 million back in like the 80s.
He was making a lot of money, man. A lot.
But I feel like that's what I think brings into there are people's champs and there are champions. Sometimes it can coincide, but there are people's champs and champions. Like Devin Haney is not a people's champ. Devin Haney is not a people's champ. That's why he doesn't sell. It's not that he's a boring fighter. Yes, he's boring in my opinion, but it's not that. It's because the people do not like Devin Haney.
Why do you think they don't? I think that his father's turning people off, but why don't you think they like him?
It's not Devin Haney.
Stylistically.
It's style. It's the fact that yes, his father turns. I feel his father pushes people away, but Devin doesn't have the ability to bring them back.
You know what? Devin Haney is everything I would want my young boxer to be. He takes all the tough fights. He challenges himself. Whether you like how he fights, he takes the fights.
Yes, I feel like that's. Even though I don't like his style, I respect Devin Haney because you have all these people who've talked about how they did Devin bad in sparring. And he doesn't have that on like any of the people. But you see how he's reached a super high status in boxing just by working harder. You know what I mean? He doesn't have.
You said you're amateur, right? You're looking to go pro. I'm gonna ask you too, because you guys, this is what you do. You did do, and what you guys are the experts.
How many fights you had, Hoops?
Me,
Yeah.
5, 4-1.
And what weight are you at again?
So I fight. So I was overweight. So I fight at 170. My
Okay.
last fight,
What should you be
but
at if you're in shape? What do you think?
160, 165, 160.
And you're fighting still sub novice?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Dimon. Ask your question.
Okay, well, my question is, shit, let me remember. I'm getting old, man. I forgot. I was just listening to you too.
I'm with you.
God, what was I getting ready to ask about the
You
fighting?
you said we both did it. Something about I don't know.
Oh, sparring. Yeah. I mean, there's Errol got a name off of sparring, getting the best out of Floyd in sparring. I mean, I think it's a lot put on sparring. It used to be a code where you don't talk about sparring. And then sometimes, like, you guys can go into a sparring match. I'm going to only work on defense. I'm going to work on this. So I'm not going to fully fight you the way I would in a real fly fight under the lights because I'm working on things. I'm trying to get better.
Let me break that down a little bit in terms of a not stereotype, falsehood, I guess. Sparring, 90%, no. And I'll see if I don't know what Hoops' experience is because he just seems like he's newish, but 80% of the time when you're sparring, it's a normal fight with one exception. If you hurt each other, you step off. You don't try and finish the person. Everything else, 80% of the time is like a fight. Right? There you go. But you do have those 20% where, like, if you go in there with somebody less experienced or somebody way bigger, way smaller, you work. So that's why when people say sparring and bullshit, it doesn't mean anything. No, it does. Especially when somebody's laying it on you. You think if somebody's coming at you and touching you up, the other person, like, is just going to not.
I'm saying, like, saying guys who struggle, like Floyd was notoriously somewhat known for struggling with southpaws. So if he's going to fight a southpaw, that's why he didn't fight a lot of southpaws. But when he fought a southpaw, I'm sure he brought southpaws in, and he's working on something. Like Errol was a southpaw, so he's working to get better, but he's working. Like, so do you? I mean, I don't know if I'm asking this right. Like, do you get your mindset? You always want to go in there and do work, but when you know you're specifically trying to improve on a weakness or you're working at something for a specific guy. You may not look great today, but you're looking to get better as it goes on. Not let you not working, but am I making sense? Like, you know what I mean?
So what are you asking exactly?
Like every sparring match, you sometimes you go in there, I'm asking you go in there to work on a weakness or something you want to get better at, correct?
Right.
For certain guys, for certain fights. Meaning, like, if you struggle with southpaws or you struggle with guys with movement, that's what you would want to bring in if you're fighting a guy similar along those lines, correct?
You could answer that, Eon. Not
Sure.
Eon. My bad, Hoops.
So
yeah, I spar. I'm an amateur too.
So a lot of times, like for me, for me, it's always been a work of like working on something. Like me, like I'm 15. The only reason I have 5 fights, and that's like a little, is because I don't fight a lot. I've been boxing since I was like 11, 12, but I don't fight a lot, right? But sparring, like I'm 6 foot and I fight at 165, 160. So like I usually spar like dudes bigger or older. They go in, but they don't always go in. The thing I think you need to work on your defense, your footwork. I feel like that's the most consistent thing worked on in sparring that you don't always translate to a fight is your defense and footwork.
True.
Those are the 2 things that you always work on. And I think the last is your jab. You don't see some people just throw power punches in sparring, but those are always newer people. Like in my
real quick, Hoop, sorry. I'm seeing the comments here. Guys, don't time each other out for anything that's not obviously super offensive or whatever. Please don't do that. We're here to speak openly. My bad. Go ahead. And by the way, Hoops, you sound mad mature for 15. Good for you.
Thank you. But like in my first year, like I wasn't that good. Like in my first year, I hit decently hard for like a 160 pounder. Like,
okay.
Like I was like 11, 12. So I could get in there, spar dudes 16 and like hit them. You know what I mean? But I got hit. I got touched up a lot in sparring my first like 2 years boxing. Like I got touched up. But I changed my style. Like I feel like when you're newer, power punches are very important. So when you go into sparring, it's really important to work. Like my most common thing that I work on in sparring is parrying the jab. I I want to stop my opponent's jab from landing, because if you stop the jab, you can stop. You can essentially stop their offense. It's like if you get rid of all of someone's pawns in chess. If you get rid of all of their pawns, they're not going to have anything else to
So
do.
you watch guys like Bud Crawford, who's
Bud
an
Crawford.
expert
That's
at
why.
parrying
That's
and
personally why I
firing
put him over
jabs.
Canelo.
How
Because
often do you spar?
um, so I think like when I'm getting ready for a fight, or like everyone's like, we're in a small gym. So when we're gonna spar, we spar 2 days a week. 2 days a week, it's almost 100% confirmed sparring, and you'll spar. I spar anywhere from like six, 3.5, 4 minute rounds to I think 8. Like
Good. You shouldn't. You don't spar too much, man. I think it. I think it's changed. Like those who followed me know that when I was coming up in Kevin Rooney's gym, we're in there every day sparring, no headgear, and that shit is no good, especially for young minds. You know what I'm saying? Don't get in there too much. You could even do once a week, to be honest, if it's good, clean, hard
yeah,
sparring.
that's only when we're fighting. Like only when fighting, I think like
Right.
2 weeks before the fight, that's when we really are like at our highest. But the week before, I think I didn't even spar the week before my last fight. I didn't spar that week because it was like we were training hard. So he was like, "Look, just run, work on your conditioning, work on your form. No sparring this week, right?" But I think I don't know. Like me, I live in Kansas, and
Damn.
here like if you know I can't remember which Olympics it was, but his name is Hernandez. It's a gym, Hernandez, right?
Okay.
They take it super serious because a lot of people think of them as the best gym in Kansas because they have a fighter that has gone to the Olympics. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
like when we go to spar there, like they can be kind of cocky. So I feel like when we go there, it's a sparring war. I feel like that's when we take it serious because they try and put you out. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a mental game, I guess. It's
Yeah.
like we're the best. I have to show you the best, and I'm not gonna take that. I'm not just gonna let somebody try and whoop up on me for
No,
6 rounds.
you
So
can't.
And you say you're 15 and we fight at 160?
yeah, 160, 165,
Okay,
165,
I got a question for
165.
y'all. How the hell does a 6'6" Fundora fight at 154, man?
Oh my gosh, that's that's
Explain
that's
that
my
to me.
biggest question. When I tell you that I have a hard time making weight, I'm 15, 6 foot 160. I have a hard time making weight sometimes.
You
I
might
don't know.
not. You might not want to fight at that weight, then, man. Like,
No, I'm
I'm
saying,
like,
how does a 6'6" guy make 154? And with an 81-inch reach, I'm just asking, man. I've never
but you know
seen that
what?
in my
You know
life.
what though, Damone? How does a 6'7" guy make 212? Like, shouldn't Wilder be heavier? Like, it's body types. I think
But
that's what we're doing.
154?
That's insane. No, I'm not saying, but he doesn't look unhealthy for the most part. He just looks like a lanky dude. He hits pretty hard. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it is very,
But when he
very.
fought Tim Tszyu, he weighed in at 152.8.
We thought Paul
that's
Williams was rare, and then this guy comes along.
honestly, it's really crazy. He could be the shooting guard on your favorite basketball team, and
Yep.
he's weighing in 150. He could fight me, and he's 6'6".
I've never
Like I
seen that
think
in my life. A guy that tall, like, weigh 152.8?
Yep. Yep. Wild, right?
He's like, what,
definitely.
25, 26 years old, too? He's not like he's 18.
But see. I feel like it's definitely about body types, like you said, but also about how you grew up. Because I used to be a chubby kid, so
Mm.
like I had to go down to go fight at 165, right?
I turned amateur. I was 178 at first, and then I was a
Mhm.
little chub on me, whatever, and then it dropped down to 65.
I had to go down to go fight.
That's at
And
your
I feel
peak
like
tip-top shape, right?
65 is was my. I'm still the same weight now, but yeah, 78 was. And funny enough, at 15, I was 178. My height now was 5'11. I thought I was going to be like 6'3", super heavyweight. Didn't grow a fucking inch since then, and slim down. So you never know which way your body's going to go.
like I feel like he was probably a skinny kid and he just got taller. I feel
Mhm.
like that's probably why he doesn't,
I mean, just skin and bones, basically.
He
yeah.
is skinny.
But I mean, that's not necessarily bad
No,
because when you train, you build muscle, but when you're boxing training, you don't really build muscle. You build muscle for fighting. Like I
Mhm.
think they talk about this. There's like pink muscle and red muscle. Red muscle doesn't hold a lot of oxygen, but it's good for fast twitch and it's good for situations like that. Like you'll see a lot of bodybuilders have a lot of red
And that's what
muscle.
worries me about Frank Martin. He's too muscular.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, because Tank is stockier than him, and in my opinion, he has a good mix of pink
That-
and red.
That's
Anthony
what worries.
Joshua sometimes is too muscular to me.
That's what worries me about Frank Martin is that he has Tank going to be standing in front of him. It's not going to be pretty. I don't think. I think Frank Martin is clearly shook. I think he's also a little bit in awe.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't come. If he comes in all, he's gonna lose. But if he comes to win, he'll do all right.
He's
Yeah,
going to do all right.
Derrick James is gonna be huge in this fight for him.
definitely, definitely. But Derrick James, in my opinion, hold on. I was about to say Derrick James is the best trainer, but let me think
No,
about
that's Bomac to me.
it.
But
Yeah,
but
yeah,
It's
I
hard to
like Derrick
tell.
James because I kind of canceled Ryan performance out. I gotta wait to see if the B sample comes back, man. I'm big on cheating, man. If you
I
cheat,
mean,
it's
here's the
erased.
here's the thing with that though. Even if it comes back, that's two positive samples. And let's say it comes back. How do we know that it wasn't accidental and there's just traces amount that don't even affect his performance? Like we don't know any of that stuff.
Okay, I think it's
Or it
just.
could be where he's juicing and it is helping him. We'll never know that.
Do you think him coming in? Well, obviously it's unprofessional to come in 3.2 pounds overweight. That's unprofessional, dude. You had no intentions of making weight. I would have made him lose the weight, or it would have been no fight. That's just me.
I think what I think happened was the Tank loss really kind of affected him, and he's like, you know what? I'm the money side
He didn't
here.
want to drain himself.
Yep, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna stay at what weight I'm at. I'm not getting drained. I'm not taking
Then
that.
move up to 147. Then
No,
he
already
said he
said
was.
Yeah.
I personally think he does not. I think Bud works, not Bud, Boots. Boots will work him.
work who?
oh, he
Like,
stops Ryan.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
Boots,
Ryan? No, yeah, no. You don't fight Boots. That's not a good
He
idea.
don't even fight Stanionis, if you ask me.
I just
Yeah,
think
No.
Boots is too much, and I don't like him that much. I don't think he's that great of a fighter. He has a
Who's
lot of
this?
Connor
Me
Ben.
too.
Connor
He's a
Ben.
cheater. He's a cheater. I have no
Connor.
comment on him. That's all I'm going to say.
I
He's a
mean,
multiple time cheater.
oh,
Connor
that.
Ben.
So I was gonna say that for me personally, one time people make mistakes, accidents happen. More than one time, now we're in a different sphere here.
Let me ask you a question. When Oscar De La Hoya said Canelo failed 2 different drug tests, did I never heard that?
They were saying a lot. That was just
I'm
now.
asking, was that just like I don't know. I never heard that.
I thought he
I
had
heard the
ate some
one, the
bad meat or something.
computerol. I heard the computerol.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it was just the one with clenbuterol, and he said, "Look, I was in Mexico. I got some bad beef,
Do
and
you believe that?
No.
it's
I don't know enough about the physiology. Like, can you get it through eating beef?
How
Is
much
that-
beef
you
was
can,
he eating?
but they don't. I don't think they usually use clenbuterol for cows.
And let me say real quick, Seth, I see you in the background, but it's saying device not connected, so I can't bring you in even if I wanted to, Seth. So you got to update your phone or do whatever because it's not letting me. Go ahead.
They typically use trin for cows. That's why I'm skeptical of it because they use trin for cows because trin helps in building mass. That's not what clenbuterol does. Like they say,
Energy for
clenbuterol
computerol, right?
exactly. It's energy. It helps you last longer. It helps in production. So I feel like he used it in training. He used it in training and he got caught. He was using it in training so he could train longer. He could train harder because it's going to help him when he's
It's
in
a
it.
weakness of his.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Like we said, he's always pacing himself. He's always pacing. I feel like Canelo hasn't, it's been some years since Canelo really fought. Like he went dog, like he was fighting like a dog. That's why I put Bud over him, is because Bud Bud can stop Canelo's punches. He doesn't fight the same for every person. He adapts. He's a counter puncher. I feel like Bud will stop Canelo's
And
punches.
Canelo's not a knockout artist anymore.
And he's not a knockout artist anymore. He can punch, but he's not an artist.
He's not a knockout artist because he's been going above his weight class. He fights Bud. Shit. That might
John
be
Ryder. He couldn't stop John Ryder. The old Canelo stops John Ryder.
John Ryder is naturally 68. I don't know. I don't know.
McGeehan stopped him. I mean, come on.
You know what, though? I get what you're saying, but, it's the whole triangle theory just because, that doesn't always translate. You know what I'm saying? You could have a point, but it doesn't always translate. Canelo still, I go by what I see, and he throws hydrogen bombs. What he was throwing at Charlo, that made Charlo be like, nope, that's no joke. And even when he was throwing at Munguia, dropping him, I think he could punch still.
But
no, he's going to always have that.
When
That's
I think
the last thing to go.
even though he's smaller than Canelo, it's a stylistic thing for me. When I think of how Bud would do Canelo, I think of Bud's fight with Yuriokis Gamboa. I think of that Yuriokis Gamboa fight a lot, and it's how Canelo throws slower punches now, and that's what Yuriokis Gamboa was doing. And
I think Bud learned a lot from that fight.
Bud threw a lot of punches in between the punches. So when Yuriokis Gamboa was throwing a 1-2 in that rhythm, Bud would throw 2-3. It would be just like that. Canelo
was never the same after that fight either.
Gamboa was never the same after that fight. That fight with Bud. It was before the Tank fight. That's honestly my only problem when people say Gamboa got knocked out by Tank. Before he got beat by Tank, he got beat by.
Didn't he tore his Achilles in that fight too?
Oh yeah, I think he did.
Gamboa was really put through the ringer by Bud, but that's what people don't give Bud his. Bud doesn't like. There's this saying I can't remember who said it. I think it was Tall. I can't remember his first name. He said you have to take him to a deep dark forest where 2 + 2 = 5, and the path leading out is only wide enough for one. And that's what Bud does. He takes you and he'll take something away from your game. He takes something away from how you fight. You know what I mean? He
disarmed Errol Spence. That was the gem in the fight. He disarmed him.
Errol didn't know what to do. And that's when I say styles make fights, is if you can't adapt. That's why I think Boots is a good fight, is because Boots doesn't fight the same. You know what I mean? He's flashy.
He's just unproven.
I would love to see Boots and Bud. I would love, but
my only criticism of Boots is if he gets hit in the mouth with something that he really gets affected by. Now he can box with the best of them, but can he fight? It's a difference.
Oh, yeah, no, he's a banger.
We don't know, and we know when everything's going his way. When things aren't going his way, which it hasn't yet.
Because
that's all I'm saying.
I watched the tapes of Boots in his amateur days. Boots fights nothing like he did when he was an amateur.
He passes the eye test for me. I just need to know when you get hit in the mouth, can you we seen Bud get hit in the mouth. We seen Errol get hit in the mouth. He didn't win, but Errol didn't quit. He didn't quit. He kept trying to fight. We've seen guys get hurt, and I just need to see when you get hit with something that you didn't like, that didn't feel good, are you going to still be the same guy?
True. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you guys are the fighters. Somebody hit you with something you don't like, you're going to think, you'll be like, well, man, damn, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know. It depends on my mindset going into the fight. Like my last fight, I feel like I lost because I was looking for a knockout. Like that's what I was looking for. So I was.
Yeah, that's rough, especially in the amateurs. It's hard.
And then Bud Crawford says he never looks for the knockout. It comes.
You're not supposed to. The way you look for a knockout is just always throw every punch as hard as you can. And I'm big with that. Like what drives me crazy is when you guys see these sparring videos of people, bag videos where they're like tap 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 la la tap 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 tap. I was taught never do this tap tap shit because you build endurance when you throw as hard as you can and as fast as you can every punch, and then you do that all the time. Now,
real punches is what you're saying.
All the time. Now, every now and then, somebody will, as a bait. This is I don't know if you know about this one, Hoops and Eon. You guys say you're fighters as well, right? But you'll throw something slower to make your opponent think that's what you got, and then you come in with something fast and hard.
So if you're using it as a bait, that's one thing. But with training, what are you getting out of that? It's bullshit in my opinion.
I agree. I feel like I personally, I think the only reason you should ever tap the bag is if you're doing round work. If you're hitting the bag the whole round and you're hitting it, like
But
just
here's what I'm saying. If
keep
you hit
throwing
it as hard as you can, you will condition yourself to hit it as hard as you can for the whole round. You
for
won't
the
have
whole
to.
round. Yeah,
Yeah,
you do have
I've
that.
done
You
it.
do have that. Yeah, I agree.
But whatever. That's a newer thing. Floyd did a lot of things for boxing, great things, but he did a lot of things like people watched him do that. So now
yeah,
they do that.
definitely. That's
You know what I'm saying? Like the pad work, that flashy pad work, that looks great, but
it
is
doesn't
it
do anything for you.
no? And when have you ever gone in a fight and been like, bop, 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 go hitting behind your head and all that shit that they
But
do?
what we don't see is when Floyd was working when the cameras was off.
Yeah,
Right. And
but
Floyd could fight,
but
obviously.
that's why it's so like because it was on the camera. That's why people do it. You know what I mean? There's the normal pad work that we all do. You know what I mean? Jab, 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 hook, slip. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's the normal pad work, but everybody wants that special pad work where they can do something quote unquote unchoreographed. Just let punches go, slip, you know.
Right.
But
Right.
like I said, like I was looking for a knockout. I got knocked down. This is the third round. I think I had 30 seconds left.
Oh,
I
shit.
get up. I'm like, I gotta go. I got up first. I think the judge was the ref was like 4. He was at 4. I got up because like I was low key appalled. This is my first time ever being dropped. I'd never been dropped in sparring. Never been dropped any of my other fights. I get up.
Let me ask you a question. Well, I'm not to interrupt, but you say you got up at 4. Why didn't you just sit down there till 8 and take the extra couple seconds to gather?
You probably didn't think, as he never had been in this situation, right? You just got up.
I don't know. I was mad. I was pissed. I was heated. Like I was. So like I remember this specific sequence like it was yesterday. He threw a jab and he threw a right hand. I slipped both. And when I tell you, like my hand was like at my knee, and I went for like an uppercut. Like I wanted the most momentum I could possibly get on this uppercut. Like I swung like you ever play baseball?
No, I don't play baseball, but I get what you're saying.
You were swinging for the fences, man. Huh?
Yes, I was. I wanted to knock him out with that specific punch.
What you could have done when you go down
to the body. I should have hit him with a body shot.
But when you go down and once you get up, the dude is gonna just naturally jump on you because he thinks you're hurt. Maybe even play possum little because the time you catch them is when they think that their guard is down and they're opening up on you. That's what you could. That's maybe something to do. I mean, you don't want to go down anymore, but when you're in a position like that, you make them feel a false sense of safety. Like, oh, I can open up. This dude is hurt, and that's when you catch him.
So were you like fighting on emotion? Because they say you should never fight off of emotion.
I disagree with that, man.
I mean, in terms of anger, like you should try to stay calm and just be. You know what I mean?
I disagree. I wouldn't say controlled anger and controlled emotion is how you have to fight. Control.
Okay, that's a better word of it. Controlled.
I wouldn't say emotion, but instinct, definitely. After I was,
well, you said you were pissed, so that's an emotion, but you were controlled. You weren't going crazy.
Like I was like, it was like an instinctual anger. It wasn't like, oh, he just knocked me down. I have to prove to everybody. Like I wasn't. Honestly, I was not like thinking.
You're cutting out. We lost him.
Okay, Marco, I got a question. Because you're the expert. So I think Teddy Atlas, he was talking about Crawford, and he said that Crawford had the best instincts he's ever seen in a fighter. Can you elaborate on what he probably? I'm a fan or whatever. I'm just trying to. What does that mean to you when he says he has the best instincts of out of pretty much any fighter he's ever seen? What does that mean?
I think that's a very Teddy is
he's a little but he
has a flair for the dramatic. How can you possibly determine that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? Does that mean that he throws the best punches in certain situations? Does that mean he adapts? Like, what is that exactly? I don't know.
He said that Bud Crawford has the best vision out of any fighter fighting today. What is that?
Yeah, what'd you say?
The best vision.
Like instincts mean like how you react to stuff.
Okay, how you react. Well, if that's what he meant, Bud has the best reactions. I don't know. I think Pernell Whitaker reacted pretty
Yeah,
I
fucking
mean, he's talking
even
about
Michael
today and
Shakur, like
currently. He said
can
currently.
dodge out
Oh,
of his.
current.
Currently. And his vision is probably the best out of any fighter in boxing. His
Tank has,
vision. What he
Tank has
sees,
some
I
pretty,
guess. I don't know.
Tank has some pretty good reactions too. You know what I mean? Like, what makes you why Bud is above certain people? I don't know. Bud is
Maybe,
great, but why? Why is he the number one? I don't know what he meant.
Well,
Why?
I question some of Tank's competition. I think he's fought a certain type of fighter.
I don't disagree with him necessarily, but I don't know
I
why.
think Tank's an exceptional fighter. I really do.
Right.
We haven't seen him hurt. We haven't seen him pushed. It's certain guys that he seems to conveniently not want to fight. I'll just leave it at that.
like Shakur.
So somebody's
We'll
saying
see.
here,
We'll see.
real quick.
I think he has the goods to get it done, but you have to go in there. It was a point he didn't want to fight Lomachenko at a certain point, and maybe that was best for him at that time.
Suckers here is saying his name is Suckers, not he's a sucker. That Ryan was negative. Is that true? Can anybody confirm that? Did Ryan's test come back negative? Does anybody know?
They said they were waiting on the B sample, so I don't know if that's true. It would be on any boxing thing if he came back negative. So that's pretty easy to look up.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, listen, fellas, I'm gonna wrap this up. This was dope. I think I'm gonna open up the lines for more calls more regularly. I like this. Also takes the pressure off me for fucking yapping the whole time. I will catch you guys tomorrow afternoon, most likely. If not, definitely same time, same bat channel, same bat place. If you guys, either three of you, want to shout out where people can find you, be my guest, Damone or Hoops or Eon. You know your social medias.
I don't have a page, man. I just appreciate you, man. Your information, informative, man, and I just enjoy the channel, and that's just it, man. I'm a regular, I guess you would say, and I just appreciate the information, man, and the knowledge that you have. You're the expert. I'm the novice, the fan, and I'm just trying to learn what I can, and I just enjoy the show, man. That's it.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you. Either you two
Yeah,
gentlemen.
me.
No.
I don't have like any real social media. Like I'm trying to be like Mike Tyson. You know, you didn't see Mike Tyson until it was time to fight. So, I don't know. But like I said, I love the channel. I come through support. I can't come every day because I got training. I get up and go run in the morning. But I come and support as much as I can. Like I be tuning into the streams. Like if I'm at school and like it's lunch, I think I'll tune into a stream.
All right.
Hey, you know what, Marco? So one thing, I don't be getting when you're going live. I just happen to be scrolling on YouTube and I seen that you were live. I didn't get a notification.
You two other gentlemen got the notification, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get it too. So I'm subscribed. So I think Damone, it's probably going to spam. So check your spam.
Okay. Because I got it on all fires.
Because sometimes it's not sending, but that's an issue across the board. But now, like, because I get them and I'm subscribed, so yeah, I think you're just check your spam. It's probably all in there.
Okay.
All right, fellas. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Peace.
All right,
yeah. Have a good night, y'all.
Peace out.